this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from beautiful Florida. And first, let me tell you the winner of last week's viewer's favorite question. And of course, it was actually from the last week and a half. And the winner of the viewer's favorite question was Creating Advisors from a Nani Mouse. However, all of the questions had votes in their favor. So congratulations to Anani Mouse and all of our wonderful questions from the last week and a half. Now today our question comes to us from Sean096. And Sean096 has a question which is not especially metaphysical, although arguably in some ways it is. And I wasn't entirely sure if it was a question that was suitable for the vlog or not. But in considering how I would answer it, I decided that it was. And this is the question that Sean096 has. And it is, how do I feel about cosmetic surgery? That is, plastic surgery which is not being done for a person's health or even their emotional health, but merely as an elective thing. And I thought about this and I realized that my answer to it has application to ever so many things in life. And my answer is, well, it's none of my business. If a person feels that their life will be better because they make a cosmetic change to their appearance, if it works for them, that's what really matters. It doesn't really matter if I understand it or not. And do I think that there are a lot of people who go out and have unnecessary plastic surgery? Well, yes, I do think that. Are there people who have plastic surgery that leaves them looking much worse than they started, in my opinion? Well, yes, I think that too. However, again, it's not my business. If they like how they look, that's what matters. And there are certainly people who have overdone it, and there are also people who, in my opinion, made the right choice in not doing such things. But each person has the consequences of their action. To use the famous words of Kipling, the race is won by 1 and 1, never by 2 and 2. And what that means is that you basically have the results of your own actions, not everyone around you. And so it's what you think and what feels right to you that you really must base your decisions upon. And if you really hate your nose and must change it, well, if you're happier with the result, that's wonderful. It doesn't really matter if I think your nose was fine if you did not. You know, I remember when I was a child, a number of very beautiful women received quite a bit of criticism for not having nose jobs. People like Barbra Streisand, Cher, and Liza Minnelli. And you know, you go back and you look at photos and film of these women today and you think, what were people talking about? But at the time there was such a fetish for tiny noses that their more pronounced features were actually considered rather shocking by some people. Today we look at it, we think nothing of it. And at the time a lot of people thought that these women should have their noses changed, but they refused. And by refusing, personally helped to change people's perception of what was beautiful. Now, coming back to this, if they had chosen to change it, that also would not be my business. That they didn't choose to change it is not my business. It's a matter of how they feel about themselves. And this is not only true for things like plastic surgery, it's true for fashion, and it's true for things like tattoos and piercings. You know, personally, I'm not a great fan of facial tattoos. However, I know that there are people who are. And you know, if you want to have a facial tattoo and it makes you feel good about yourself, more power to you. It doesn't really matter if I want to do it, except to me. And I would not have a facial tattoo, but that's no reason no one else should. And you know, there are a lot of people I see who get all up in arms about certain fashions, and saggy pants is one that you'll see a lot of memes running around Facebook at the moment saying, this should be outlawed. But you know, the world is not going to come to an end because someone is wearing a fashion you don't like. Whether it's sagging pants, or skirts that are too long or too short, or hairstyles you don't like, or facial tattoos, or too many piercings, or any of these things, they really only affect the person who's doing them. And if it isn't what you would do, then don't do it. So coming back to plastic surgery, yes, some people certainly have done more than they should, but I don't necessarily know what impelled them to that, and so I really should not be judging it. I might say that I would not want to do that, but I have no inherent right to stop them from doing it as long as it is lawful. So, in answering this, I answer all of these issues in basically saying that, again, the race is won by one and one, and people should do what feels right to them when it comes to their appearance. And although I might not always like it, that really shouldn't stop them. And all my life, I have seen people of the older generation upset with the younger generation because of how they dress or what their music is or all these other things, and it seems to be the same every generation. And you look back at the people who were defending what was proper against the scandalous behavior of the young and realize that that very thing that they're defending as proper, their own parents regarded as scandalous. And you have to look at it and say, well, you know, it's obviously a matter of perspective, and perspective changes. Depends on the angle you're looking at it from, depends who you are and what your experiences have been. So if you want to have extensive plastic surgery, I might not think it's great for you, but you should do what seems right to you. If you want to be the human Barbie doll, I think it's rather silly, but it's not my right to stop you. Now, if you want me to become the human Barbie doll, then I will say no. If you want me to get the Maori face tattoo, I will say that really is for the Maoris. If you want me to have 200,000 piercings, I'm not going to do that. But you are welcome to, because that's your business, and it's not mine. So that's my answer to the question. I hope you find it helpful, and until next time, may you blessed be. Pray for peace. Pray for love. Pray for stability. Pray for the nation where you live. Pray for the world. Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you for Pagans Tonight Radio. Pagans Tonight Radio is an online radio network with different hosts and different shows 7 nights a week. There's something for every taste, including Spanish language programming on Saturday evening. Check out paganstonight.com today.